Alright, here comes the doozy. All of the previous games, in one way or another, I knew I was able to beat them. I'd played Hunter Hunted before, I was able to beat some of the levels, but not all of them, and I figured it'd just be a slog, and I could always turn down the difficulty. Same thing with Age of Empires. And Zeus was just, I made a single mistake and I had to restart everything. This game, however, I swear I've started it twice and both have ended in complete and abject failure. And once again, I will unleash myself into the fray in order to try and do something with it. This is the game that scares me. This is the game that I have actually, in no capacity, have come close to beating yet. And, well,
Just a few more flips of the pan, and these muscles will turn out superb. Hey, how's it going? Hang on a sec while I finish readying my great banquet. But please join me in my preparation.
this game has not aged as well as I thought it
A
has.
bit of butter and a zest of lemon. You know,
Man, those
ever
graphics.
since I was a kid helping my uncle out in his restaurant, I wanted to follow in my family's footsteps to be a chef. But not just any chef. I wanted to be the best there ever was.
Really should not be watching this cutscene.
It took a lot of effort to perfect my skills, and a lot more time to build my empire. It's not the destination, but the journey that counts. My journey started after graduation, when I went to see Uncle.
Just, trying my best to ignore all the animations, but okay. New game. This is after graduation, seeing Uncle, and we get no more voice acting to my not. Well, okay, the tutorial I think has voice acting, but nope. We got text here. Armand LaBeouf. Any relation to Shia LaBeouf? Ah, yes, 4 years after he's gone to college. Let's see. Sure, I'm just gonna be anxious. In the realm of Restaurant Empire. Is that the game? I think he title dropped there. Click on the adventure button. Okay. Well, now it's gonna ask me about the other thing. Can I just say never mind? Oh no, I have to go forward. And how much did you sell the restaurant for? Ah, yes. This is a great introduction to the story. There's this thing called OmniFood. I wonder what that is. I don't think any of these choices have anything to do. It's just figuring out which one lets you go further. You won't be absorbed by OmniFood. No music, no voiceover. I'm trying to remember if this is just like a bug and it's not running properly, or no, it'll... Uncle Michael hands over the keys. Okay, finally, I got a restaurant. First part of the empire. Get single restaurant. Okay, music suddenly.
Through the tutorials, you will familiarize yourself with the basic
Oh
aspects
boy,
of
a
running your very
tutorial.
own restaurant empire. It is important that you pay attention to the animated arrows that appear on the screen, as they will point to important buttons or other tutorial subjects. If for any reason you would like to exit the game, press the Escape key anytime to access the game menu. Left-click on the next button to proceed.
Okay, so I just noticed. I usually play around with my audio in these videos so much because I'm trying to reduce the little bits of background static, and all I heard during that tutorial message was the background static that he was not able to get rid of.
You can also hold your left mouse button on the tutorial window and drag the tutorial box anywhere on the screen.
Ah,
Go ahead and give it a try, and then left-click on the next button to proceed.
oh my god, it's like he doesn't know anything about denoising. Ah, the silence in between the two sentences was just this unending I could not get out of my head. Oh no, I've ruined myself. I can't even get past the second tutorial box without some sort of complaining. Okay. I can drag the tutorial box. Good. Interesting. 2 of the arrows disappear if I drag it into a certain location. The mouse is finicky, and I'm not sure why. It might be Logitech software messing around with the mouse acceleration in-game. Speaking of which, I'm going to see if there is an options menu. Here we go. Mouse sensitivity. Okay. Do I turn this up or down? More responsive. Okay. That worked. That got rid of, I think that was some sort of acceleration. Okay. Yeah, no, that's much better. Okay, hold your left mouse. Okay, I dragged the tutorial.
Since this is your
Ah,
first taste of
no.
becoming a restaurateur, we will start easy and work our way up the ladder of experience. This will smooth out your learning curve. You'll have your chance later on to grow your single restaurant operation into a multinational conglomerate.
I'm gonna try not.
Left-click on the next button to proceed.
Okay. Oh, no arrows around the next button, huh? I'm not gonna complain too much because I occasionally like to tisk or slap my. What is it called? It's when you smack your chops. That's it. I'm hearing a little bit in there. This is some very raw audio that he's got here.
You are currently in the city view. You can zip around the city by moving the mouse to the screen edges or by using the arrow keys on your keyboard. Go on, take a look around Gay Paris. Left-click on the next button to continue.
Okay, what's interesting is I think the restaurant's on like some artificial boundary because I can't go any further to the up direction, but I can go way down here. Let's find the Eiffel Tower before continuing. Can I zoom out? Nope, that's as far as I can zoom out. There's a cinema. There's a stadium. There's like a map button that I know. Oh, okay, Arc de Triomphe. So give me a second. That means no. I might be a little hopeful here. What the hell is that? Oh, that's an Omni-Food restaurant. You can tell because there's an O and everything else is a bit of a squiggle because the textures are kind of terrible. And look, there's a building for sale across the street. I remember playing sandbox mode and having to, like, the first thing you do is you buy a building and you have to choose its location based on a bunch of things. And one of those was if it's close to landmarks. And I thought the Eiffel Tower was a landmark, but I may be mistaken about that because the only landmark I see is the Arc de Triomphe down here. And I am not going past this tutorial at all. Okay, I've taken a look around Gay Paris.
You can also look at the city from different angles and perspectives. Hold down the right mouse button while moving your mouse left or right. To zoom in or out of the city, hold the right mouse button and press the Shift key. Then move the mouse away from you or move the mouse toward you to view the city up close or from a distance. While we're at it, let's look at some items on the top menu bar.
I know I just skipped it, but if your mouse has a mouse wheel, that's dating this game just a little too much.
The display to the far left is the cash indicator. This shows. Next is the profit indicator, which shows you how much money you actually made in the past. Now let's go into your restaurant. The area indicated by the arrows is the restaurant indicator. Once you start owning more and more restaurants, you can use the square arrow buttons to cycle through the different restaurants in your possession. To enter Tres à Table, left-click on either one of the arrow buttons located to the sides of the restaurant indicator at the top of the screen.
Okay.
This is the interior view of your restaurant.
Ooh boy,
If you
half
ever
a
want
star.
to leave the restaurant, left-click on the. You can also double-click on. If you are ever doubtful about a button's function, simply mouse over the. Your customers like to look at interesting objects while eating.
Really?
Decoration adds ambiance to the dining experience. So let's make your restaurant more attractive. Left-click on. You can see 4 large buttons. There are wall-mounted, floor-mounted, and tabletop-mounted subcategories. For now, let's focus on wall. All decoration items have at least one attribute, and at most 2. Some increase a restaurant's comfort rating, while others may increase the decoration rating of your restaurant. These are indicated by the corresponding attribute bars. Now drag the object in hand onto the restaurant floor. Do you see a colored box below the item? That's the item's bounding box, the physical space the item you're holding occupies. While you're at it, place a few more items on the walls. When you feel you've got the hang of it, left-click on the next button.
I'm just gonna... This is now a French Napoleon-themed restaurant. Where is Conquest? Oh, I can't do floor operated yet. There's a mirror. There is a lot of... Wait, I know what? Screw it. If it fits, I'm putting it down. Portrait of Napoleon. There we go. And witch hunts. Why not?
Good going. Now that there are a few more items placed on your restaurant walls, let's see what we can do about the floor. Left-click on the floor-mounted button. Placing items on a restaurant floor is similar to mounting items on walls. Pick a few items that catch your fancy, then place them on the restaurant floor. When you are satisfied with the amount of decoration you have in your restaurant, left-click on the next button to continue.
Yes. Oh, crap. It doesn't fit here. No, it does not. Ah, crazy. Okay. Well, that caught my most fancy. I could just put in a granite fountain. Okay, really quickly. This guy just came out of, like, cooking school or something. 4 years of college. How does he have 50,000 bucks? This dude's taking out loans that I don't think he's going to be able to pay off. Usually a separator is used to, I don't know, separate things. I'm going to try and see if it'll squeeze in there. Let's just block traffic as much as I can.
You are obviously a quick learner.
How long has it been already?
You can seek me out. Simply left-click on the Adventure Mode button at the bottom left corner of the screen.
Okay.
The Adventure Mode interface will appear. All you have to do after this tutorial is to locate my house on the location list and double-click on my name,
Who are
the
you?
one that says Michel Leboeuf's home.
Oh.
I will be waiting for you there so we can continue your crash course in restaurant management.
Okay, so we learn how to decorate a place. We'll just, you know, forget about cooking or anything that we're actually going to serve to the customers. Nope, we got this down. Make sure things are Napoleon themed. Put up a very expensive painting of people getting accused of being a witch. Throw up a separator and we're good. Right. What is this? Tips. Lots of tips. Okay, but now I have to click on this thing and go to... Apparently the tutorial guy is Michel Leboeuf. Oh. That's actually a pretty nice commute for the guy. Okay. Do I dare get more story? Oh, fine. Apparently, they're vertically integrating themselves and attempting to monopolize. I don't feel like reading these out loud. Kind of makes me... Wait a minute, does this guy also have the same paintings in his house? I mean, I understand reusing texture assets and the like, but... Hey, uncle, could I borrow a couple of your paintings? Okay, wow, hold on. Sorry, sprite work back here? What is this? What is this plant? Like, I understand the tree over here being a pretty low poly model. And I understand some of the things back here. I think, wow. I need to stop looking at backgrounds. Well, how the hell are we gonna compete with them if I'm barely able to make a menu?
Well done, Armand.
Ah,
Now that you know how to decorate your restaurant,
okay,
below
food
the
menu.
is the food menu interface. There are several buttons, but for now, we will focus on adding recipes to your menu.
Yeah, because I
You will
got
notice
nothing
that
on
the
here.
food menu interface has been swapped with the recipes interface, the repository of all your available recipes. As you are just starting out, you only have... Below the food course buttons is a recipe pane of the recipe currently viewed, as well as its name. The recipe pane also has two round arrow buttons that can be used to go forward and back through your list of recipes. In this case, the main courses. Go ahead, try it now. Left-click on the arrow buttons to cycle through your available recipes. When you're done, left-click on the next button.
The one thing that always got me about this game is there's like this whole recipe. Well, it says essential ingredients. The recipe is over here. Like, hey, 125 grams of beans. And everything's got a price, too. 10 milliliters olive oil. And you can actually, like, say, hey, buy the cheap stuff. Don't get the good stuff. Like, there's a shitload of customization. I just never knew why you would ever want to tank a rating or something like... Yeah, the sausage is the most expensive part of that. Yeah, so if you use... Okay, that actually does put the rating down substantially. One of the things I never did when I first played this game was to actually do the math behind where the ratings actually come from. Because I don't quite understand what this number actually means. It's 45%. I know I need more to make the rating... I need more food rating here to make the restaurant rating better. But I think, like, so the olive oil did not decrease that at all. That's still 45, so it has some basis in price. I don't know, I'm going to be playing around with it. And eventually you unlock, like, 5-star ingredients and stuff, and that allows you to compete and make your recipes better, but... right. I have to look through my available main courses. Eggplant, zucchini, pepper, and parmesan. I'm not going to pronounce half of this correctly. It's a tort, right? Like, tort reform? Does the E need to be pronounced? Torty? Torte? Mixed casserole of pork. Yeah, also, all these descriptions... I feel like more research went into this game than was ever necessary. Can I increase? Okay, I cannot increase it past 3 until I unlock that. Hey, look, the mussels he was cooking. Let's use cheap-ass mussels. That didn't do all that. Wait a minute, really? Okay, it was 36 already, and I put it down to... 21, even though I'm using, like, the worst. Oh, hey, you can actually click on it, and you can't drag it, but you can click on that. Stuffed peppers. Man, me and my allergies, I'm gonna start pining for things I can't have if I keep playing this for long enough. Holy crap, if I ever gonna get through this tutorial, I'm just looking at things now. Okay, yes.
Notice the flag icons at the end of each recipe name. The flag icons indicate a recipe's suitability for a certain cuisine. French recipes with French cuisine, Italian recipes with Italian cuisine, and so on. Sometimes there is more than one flag. Now,
okay,
instead
cool.
of flipping through the list one by one using the arrow buttons, let's bring up the drop-down list. Simply left-click. There you go. Right below the preview box is another box with the recipe's description. The recipe descriptions give you an idea of what the recipe is made of and how it's prepared. You will notice on the bottom of the recipe interface 4 large round buttons. These are, from left to right, the duplicate recipe, the Add to Food menu, the View Food menu, and the filtering toggle buttons. To add this recipe to your menu, left-click on the Add to Food menu button. A pop-up window will appear confirming the new recipe entry in your menu. To see your new recipe on the menu, left-click on the View Food menu button.
And I've already got a 2-star rating, and I've got one thing on the menu. At this rate, I'll be a 5-star restaurant in like 6 seconds.
Now you're back in the food menu interface. The difference being, we have added a recipe. Now at least customers can order something. This is a rather Spartan selection that you offer. Let's try to add some variety to the menu by repeating the procedure to add more recipes. When you are done establishing your menu, left-click on the Next button to continue.
Yeah, I've only got like 2 recipes for half of these things. Is this breakfast or is this... Yes, they have a cupcake for the breakfast. I've never understood that. I mean, I guess it's a pastry, but that's not a breakfast. Cupcakes aren't for breakfast. I've only got 2 appetizers, so we're doing that. And yes, this is fancy food. Look at it. It's just a tiny little bit of something on a plate that is like 4 shrimp. That is a total of 4 shrimp. Actually, hold on, let me minimize this really quickly. Prawn. 300 grams. Okay, so it's actually 300 grams of prawn. You could have a smaller shrimp on there. I don't even know. Okay, I put both of those on the menu because, yeah. Okay, cream of asparagus. I don't want to... Okay, well, the 2 soups are kind of shit anyway, so... Throw them on there. Okay. We can actually choose to be a little bit choosy about these. I'm trying to think of, like, what a good number of things to have on a menu is. I know Gordon Ramsay... Oh, shit. Gordon Ramsay's in the back of my head yelling at me, "You're cooking too much." What was that one episode I saw of that Kitchen Nightmares, I think it was, where they went to this one restaurant with like 50 billion things on the menu, and he made them cook one of everything, and there was like 5 very long, large dining tables just full of food, and he kept going to little bits and pieces, like he was just kind of zipping around the room tasting different things, and he was just like, "Nope, this is shit. This is shit too. Do you actually cook this? Why would you cook this if you don't want to actually eat it?" And just berating the chefs as he usually does. So, using what little knowledge I know of cooking, I'm going to attempt to find... I think 4 is okay. Like, don't put the mussels on the menu because they're kind of shit. And we've already got 1.5 stars as it is. We need to boost it. We can't just... That's average. We need to be above average. And yeah, I think all 3 of these desserts can go up on there. Although this has one hell of a cooking time attached to it. Whatever, it's 2 stars. And Strawberries Jubilee. Okay, those 3 are there. 4 things there. 2, 2, and 2. That all seems to be working.
Make sure you are viewing the food menu interface for this next step.
Oh, look
Notice
what
on
I
the
already
food
know.
menu, so far, so good. Now that you want a pop-up with a list of hot and cold beverages will appear. The cold beverages are further divided into alcoholic and non-alcoholic. All the beverages
Mouse
come
is
with
still a little
fixed buying
fucky.
price, so all you have to do is left-click on the check boxes to the left of each beverage to include it as part of your restaurant service. When you're done choosing the beverages, left-click on the OK button at the bottom of the beverage list.
Why would you not include everything here? I don't understand why you would be like, no, fuck that, no iced coffee. That's bullshit. Who wants iced coffee? Well, actually, let me look at the, iced coffee's kind of expensive for what it get. Actually, okay, now I'm starting to think of things. The margins on iced coffee aren't that good. Actually, the margins on coffee just in total aren't that good. I mean, I'm going to let them have hot coffee. That's just, let it sit around. But iced coffee is like an extra 10 cents for 30. I mean, but besides that, what is the real issue of, like, do you need a minimum profit margin for all of your drinks? And do I actually want to go through and calculate that? Let's say like $2. Needs to make at least $2. Can't do beer because that is 90 cents. Nope, that's $1.50. Wouldn't put iced tea on there. Wouldn't do mineral water. Actually, mineral water is kind of shitty too. Fuck it. I'm just putting all the beverages. Yes, a liquor license. Okay, yeah, one thing I did not.
In case you haven't noticed, I'd like to give you a word on alcoholic beverages.
Whoops.
If you plan to serve liquor, you will need to pay a liquor license fee of $20,000 up front before you can serve alcoholic beverages. Despite the licensing costs, this is a bargain as alcoholic beverages net the greatest profit margins.
I'm not
Let's click on the next button to continue.
Not actually selling liquor. It's just red wine and white wine and beer. None of those are liquors. There is no mixed drink option here. I see no liquor. Although that would be kind of cool if, like, you could do another check bar and that'd be full bar. It'd be one of those upfront costs but highest margins at the same time. But nah, it's fine. It's whatever. Yeah, why is that ever a step? I'm still struggling to think, like, can I only make them drink white wine? Like, what if I take off everything except, like, tea and wine? Actually, screw that. I'm going to see what happens. I'm going to take off everything except, like, tea, wine. Yeah, not even beer. Just wine and mineral water. We're going to see, here's your cold beverages. You can get water, you can wine. That's it. If customers complain, then why do they give me the option anyway?
Let's start up the menu design. There
Oh.
are 3 things you can do to alter your menu's appearance. You can change you can also left-click on the text font and the background buttons to change your restaurant menu's appearance. Design your menu until you have customized its appearance to your liking and to your restaurant's suiting. When you are done, left-click on the next button to continue.
Yes, I am going to be a fancy French restaurant with a pizza on the front of the menu and no pizza to be found inside. Actually, that title font is shitty. And I can't change it all that much. Fine, we're just going to go with the sans serif font on both things. And who cares? Menu is ugly, but I don't think anyone's going to complain.
There's only a bit more to go. If you ever want to view notice the default price on the recipe menu, which is your restaurant's selling price for that recipe. The last thing I want to go over with you is on the food menu interface. So bring up the food. If you ever want to get rid of a recipe from the menu, say due to poor sales, then highlight the recipe in mind by left-clicking on the recipe name. Then left-click on the Delete Recipe button located on the bottom of the food menu interface. The highlighted recipe will then be removed from your menu. Try this now. Remove any existing recipe from your menu. A pop-up window will ask you, "Excellent! You are becoming quite skilled at juggling recipes and menus. Now all you have to do is to properly set up your food menu for your new restaurant using the skills you have just learned in this tutorial." When setting up your menu, remember that variety is the spice of life. Try to add as many breakfast, appetizer, soup, main course, and dessert recipes as you can.
He said nothing about
This will give
drinks.
your customers a wide selection of offerings
Haha.
from which to choose.
Oh, wait a minute.
Get the beverages.
Fuck.
After you're done setting up your restaurant's menu, there's one last thing I want to show you before I feel confident to unleash you into the world of high cuisine.
Suddenly music. Wait. Stop. There we go. Pause. Okay. No, I'm just gonna see if I get punished for not having enough drinks. Let's go back to Shia LaBeouf's house. Oh, that's why the restaurant closed down. He's actual cannibal Shia LaBeouf. He served human. That's definitely something for the health inspectors to know about. Oh, I want to ask some questions. Oh boy, look at all the questions that I might have. I don't know. I feel like I owe it to the story just to know. Actually, no, I am kind of curious. He's not on some retirement fund. Oh, never mind. He is some retirement fund. Okay, so he's made enough to live comfortably, apparently. Oh, good and cheap. So it must take forever to get there, because I'm pretty sure, like, the three... There's like three things you can have in retail, but you can only pick two at a time, and that's like convenient, cheap, and quality or something like that. If it's got quality and it's cheap, then it's not convenient. You're never gonna find it, and you're not gonna be able to buy it. If you can buy it and it's cheap, then it's gonna be shitty quality. And if you can buy it and you can find it, then it's expensive. If it's like good quality and it's everywhere, it's stupid expensive. I think there's like 5 different retail versions of the 3 things, and you can only have 2. What happened? Don't you read the papers? No, I just existed like 30 minutes ago. I just got into this. What's up? I never have time. You do watch TV at least, right? Hey, look at that. Calling it. When was this game made? Like 2003? This guy's just been on the internet while he was at college. Of the cooking contest. Oh no. Oh no, it actually predicted the rise of what is the cooking channel called again? I don't know. Pedro Valera. Okay, so yeah. This dude from OmniFound. Hooray. And they actually little SOB. Hard-headed, I mean intrepid chefs. Okay, fine.